Hello, welcome to this video. So today I'm going to talk about the power of nonsense. Now it does seem that many people rely on self-evident facts to live their lives. These people believe that they structure their lives according to a kind of natural law that pervades every choice that they make, and you will often hear them remark that they do what they enjoy. These people are not necessarily wise. The philosopher Wittgenstein allegedly said, "I don't know why we are here on earth, but it is certainly not to enjoy ourselves." This ties in with a currently very popular fad, Stoicism. But we see that there is something obvious about enjoyment. The ancient Vikings said, "There is nothing harder than living without pleasure." Why then does a smart man like Wittgenstein remark that we are not here to enjoy ourselves? This might have something to do with shamanism. By shamanism, I simply mean the tendency within mankind to become calmer from hearing all kinds of words said to him, akin to how we talk to some animals sometimes to, calm them or something, like a skittish horse or something. So let's talk about life. In life, we often do things that are seemingly unpleasant, such as listen to long-winded lectures, or, in my opinion, watch the news. I find that kind of unpleasant, Yet people will go through these things because it makes them calmer, or because they believe it is edifying, or some such rot. But that is all nonsense. In this really rudimentary sense, then, already, we see that nonsense has a prominent place in our life, in the sense that we surround ourselves with irrelevant information in the hopes that it will reduce our anxiety, because we all know that disaster is always around the corner. We might say it's just common sense to learn about the world, but what do we really learn? Truly, there is almost nothing important about all the things people say. In fact, we find that the few things in life that are somehow important, say, because they have some kind of expressive or instrumental function in our daily life, are entirely incapable of making us happy, because they destroy our naivety and spontaneity, and perhaps just disconnect us from the little things that we live for in truth. So I would say our happiness is just a result of being normal. We want to live in a cosmically justified way, force ourselves, but in this entirety of things, our blindness to happiness gives us an edge in the silly redundancies of being free. In other words, the recreation of pure life is a result of being the best we can be and enjoying ourselves, but the better way of life that is hidden in the cosmic fabric is in fact more solitary, or perhaps more mean. What we see is that true power lies in being different. So what is the logic of the world? Nobody knows. We chart our course through life by means of certain positions with regards to everyday ethical questions. These are related in principle to the cultural survival mechanisms that have been put in place by years of geopolitical maneuvering. Yet there is also the spiritual continuum. When we compare China to Europe, we might see a mighty divide in terms of normalcy. The soundness of dignification is based on our relationship to what might be intuitive or wild discernment that makes us believe in the Christian or Confucian ways of life that are, however, arbitrary if it weren't for some scientific or metaphysical construction. We do act according to a reticence that points us towards revolution, but in the last analysis we have just to go our own way if we are to be free. Nevertheless, the cost of life depends entirely on what might be our resilience or our sharpness, but in this way we are isolated. The true progress lies not in civility, but in energy. Here then I will state that there is nothing wrong with doing nothing. But I don't necessarily mean that in the gentle wise of the Taoist creed, the Wu Wei, or non-action, as that literally means. Mightily, the Taoist creed basically states that it is always okay to do nothing. It basically explains that we can escape from all problems through the practice of not doing. But this is not shamanism, nor is it freedom or whatever, contrary to what people believe. In the grand total of things, Taoism is a nothingness in the non-essentiality of presence and absence, and yet it has no connection to writing. To put it succinctly, it is either philosophical or ascetic, but not religious. Sadly, nothing is truly religious until we lose track of its meaning. So here we encounter both the historicity and the musicality of meaning. The philosopher Hegel believed that everything was history, and that we should learn history to know what to do. Others, like Schopenhauer, believed that the essence of the world was expressed in music. We see that both are right and both are wrong. We have to invent our own job, so to speak. We have to become capable, but the avenues of society will make us miserable because only an elect few get to see its wonders. So we can learn the subtle habits of the spirit in history. We can also find a steel order of will in music. Be that as it may, we see here the curious comparison of both the usefulness of explanatory models for human life in philosophy and history, but also the cold inaptitude of common sense in these lifestyles. Whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. So that what we see is that these models are entirely weird in the application of principles to life. And we find that most people don't really have principles. Is it all about writing, thinking? No. Schopenhauer said, it isn't the point of life to see what has never been seen, but to think what has never been thought. So let's do that. What can we do? Work. What is our work? IT guy? Priest? I don't know. So we see thought has serious limitations, and yet we continue to think and do things. In this little sample of reality, we can already see the obviousness of the power of nonsense. To summarize, I have the main points of our discussion here. We can't be pure Stoics. True power lies in being different. Spirituality is countered by primal forces, and there are no complete cosmic systems. So that was my essay for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments on something I said, you can leave it here in the comment section below, or if you like this video, you can click the like button. I'd appreciate it, I think. And you can even subscribe to the channel. God willing, maybe I'll upload something else in the near future. So thanks again very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.